Hi guys, and welcome back to Movies That Matter with the Viking. And today's video is Batman vs Superman analysis. And this video is titled Batman's Struggles with Humanization. Now, Batman vs Superman is a very complex and deep film to me. I first seen it in 2016 and I fell in love with, yes, the theatrical version. But then when I seen the Ultimate Edition, I was blown away. It's a very different film. It's like two completely different films. There's way more character development in the Ultimate Edition. But this, what I want to talk about is Batman, is Bruce Wayne, and his struggle with humanization in terms of his loss of faith in humanity, of faith in himself and others. Batman breaks through the Bruce Wayne mold so many times throughout this film. Now we know, and you've heard the theory, that Bruce Wayne is actually the mask and Batman is who he actually is. I disagree and I agree with that statement. I think it's half true and half not true. My own kind of thing is that, yes, he's Batman, but he also plays this character called Bruce Wayne. Now, everyone in the world, we all play a character that we want others to see us as, and a character that we are in our private life. And Batman is no different. And I love Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice so much, because it asks these deeper questions. It shows these deeper realities of humans, of how we act, and of how the world would treat a god, an alien like Superman. But Batman breaks out of Bruce Wayne so many times throughout this film. Just starting off, we start with such a hectic scene with the Kryptonians at it and fighting General Zod and Superman. But Bruce Wayne doesn't even wait for the helicopter to land before he jumps out. He completely just jumps out of the helicopter, gets in the car and starts going towards the destruction. He's uncaring of what's going on around him, the destruction that's falling, the people who are obviously dying when the buildings are falling. His main goal is to get to Wayne Enterprises. He knows people there. Of course, we meet Jack and the two of them talk over a phone call. Bruce Wayne tells Jack to get everyone out of the building, and Bruce continues to try and get there. He continues to run through a dust of destruction. The Batman persona is who he really is. He dives to the rescue of a little girl, showing compassion. He asks the little girl, "Where's your mother?" All it takes is a little point at the destruction to quickly turn Bruce back into the Bat, filled with rage and vengeance, reminding Bruce of his childhood. Now, we all know what happened to Bruce Wayne with his family, murdered in front of him. And this has a huge toll on him as a person throughout his life. And it's what makes him become the Batman. That little girl pointing up at the building, which shows a destructive scene. Her mother is obviously dead, just like Bruce Wayne. He already went from showing compassion to the little girl to just looking up at Superman and General Zod with rage, with anger, with hate, with motivation now, as we see throughout the film, to stop Superman. We see Batman marking criminals, and this is more or less a death sentence in the film. Batman may not physically kill them himself, but he might as well. This is going against his code. He's finding a loophole in it. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is a hardcore, gritty Batman that doesn't really care for consequences. He just wants to get the job done. He just wants to find out the information, and he just wants to stop the bad guys. Now, the guys that he stops in that scene are sex traffickers. And yes, you will say that he's right to stop those people. And he beats them up and he marks them with the bat symbol, which, when he goes to prison, he will be killed. Now, that kind of depiction of that is questioned throughout the film, and specifically by Clark when he investigates. And this is when Clark gets a different opinion of who Batman is. But I think Clark is very right in the way that he thinks. We know Batman is this good guy who does the right thing, who fights for injustice, fights for justice, fights up against the criminals and makes Gotham a better place. But when Batman is not going with his own code, is he really Batman as we know? He kills these criminals and he doesn't kill them, but he might as well. We see throughout the film when he goes up against people, he doesn't take anything back. He hits them with everything that he's got and killing in the process. In the next scene, that indicates how far gone Bruce Wayne is. Alfred knows this better than anyone. Alfred speaks about the fear, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness. It's him actually talking to Batman, not to Bruce Wayne. He sees how far Bruce Wayne is gone. He knows that he is fully now the Batman by marking criminals, by sending them to prison with death sentences. He knows that Batman has fully taken over, and he fears for Bruce. He really does. He tries to talk him out of so many things throughout the film. Batman, or Bruce, has fought long enough to try and stop himself going the extra mile. He believed in a time of no killing or guns, but the trauma has built up for too long. He has a nightmare where a bat bites into his neck. This shows us that the bat runs through the veins of Bruce Wayne and he can't keep it at bay. Alfred pleads with Bruce to work without the suit, saying he came away with nothing while becoming the Batman. Bruce, on the other hand, needs to bug Lex Luthor's house, and he thinks the only way to do so is by dressing up in the suit and breaking in. But he has to leave the suit behind. But he actually doesn't. The suit is now a part of him. The suit is who he really is. He's gotten so bad at hiding Batman, he might as well have worn the cape. The anger that fills his eyes while staring at the suit. Then he looks at the Robin suit, who was killed by the Joker. He keeps these bad memories around to remind him of why he has gone the extra mile. The Robin suit, the Batman suit, are all shields that stop him being a human and more of being a monster. The Bruce Wayne persona is blinded by rage, hate and regret. Maybe Bruce is gone and only lives the Batman. When Clark and Bruce first meet, Clark asks about Batman straight away. This is when he tries to play the Bruce Wayne card of status and wealth by saying, do I own this one or is that the other guy? When that doesn't work and Clark continues to push, you can see the exact moment he turns into Batman. The Batman mentality has taken over. Another example that Bruce can't control the Bat, even bringing up one of his most traumatic failures, the Joker. So this scene straight away, you can pinpoint the exact moment he becomes Batman. He tries to be goofy and funny, he tries to be Bruce Wayne, but he can't even hold that back anymore. He can't keep that mask up. Batman takes over every time. And throughout this film, we do not see Bruce Wayne fully until the very end. This film is definitely a Batman versus Superman film. Batman lives on the outside as Bruce Wayne. Batman's rogue gallery all have one mask, one persona. The Joker never stops being the Joker. Either does the Riddler, Penguin, Black Mask, Harley Quinn. Their real identity always creeps out and takes over. Bruce has become too far gone, just like the other criminals in Gotham. Through this film, we only see Batman. Bruce Wayne is the mask he can no longer wear, even if he wanted to. When Superman tells Batman that the Bat is dead, bury it. At this point, he already knows who Batman is, but he doesn't see a man, he sees a monster. Clark has investigated probably more than Bruce Wayne has, and he sees the bad things that the Batman does, and he has this opinion of Batman. And you know what? Clark Kent is right. His opinion of the Dark Knight is true. But it's very different from Bruce Wayne's opinion of Superman. His opinion of Superman being this alien who could go rogue at any moment, who could end up killing millions of people, who was responsible for all the people dying in Metropolis. But Bruce's opinion of Clark Kent, he doesn't even know who Clark Kent is, but his opinion of Superman is wrong. Because we've seen Man of Steel, we know who Superman is. But for someone who doesn't know him personally, this is the story that Batman has come up with about Superman. That's why he needs to be stopped. But when Superman tells him the bat is dead, bury it, he's doing him a favor by showing him mercy. Because Batman truly is the criminal that he has tried to stop in Gotham over the last 20 years. When Bruce and Alfred discuss the essence of the White Porky's ship, Alfred is pleading with Bruce not to use the kryptonite for Bat, to destroy it, to keep it out of Lex Luthor's hands, not to go to war. Bruce is not who Alfred is talking to. He's pleading with the Batman. Batman slowly takes over in this scene. This is so clear. This is probably the most clearest moment of the film that you can see that Bruce Wayne is gone and it's 100% Batman who runs the body, who runs the spirit, who runs the mind of Bruce Wayne. The actual Batman voice takes over. And remember, the Batman voice is modified in the suit. The line, "That son of a bitch brought the war to us 2 years ago." I love this scene because it shows how scarred Bruce Wayne is. But also the Bruce Wayne element is gone. That the Batman voice has taken over there, you can actually hear it. Bruce Wayne has so many bad memories where he can't trust anyone. The line, 20 years in Gotham, Alfred. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? He is even referring to himself because earlier in the film, Bruce Wayne calls himself a criminal. He says we've always been criminals, Alfred, when talking about the bad guys. He is a bad guy himself. When Bruce is at work and watching the trial of Superman on TV, this is supposed to be a place that the Bruce Wayne persona is in full effect, but the "you let your family die" newspaper brings out the Dark Knight. The look he gives the TV looking at Superman is filled with that hate and vengeance once again. This is happening in his workplace where Bruce Wayne, the mask, should be flowing, but he can't. He's been Batman for so long. Batman has taken over Bruce Wayne for so long. He forgets. He is incapable of keeping on the Bruce Wayne mask. When Alfred is cutting wood, he goes to find Master Bruce, but he's left with nobody. He sees the headlines about the trial. The look of desperation, the look of knowing that this will push away Bruce and only bring out the Bat. He now knows that the Batman, who used to be Bruce Wayne, is now going to war with the Kryptonian, with the alien, with the God, with Superman. Just before Batman and Superman fight, Clark calls him Bruce, trying to humanize with him in hope of becoming allies. But Batman is fully taken over and blinded by hate and vengeance. He is incapable of relating to Superman right now. During the fight, Batman tells Superman that his parents taught him dying in the gutter for no reason at all. That was the day Batman was born, and the only thing he takes away from being with them is death. The controversial moment in this film is, of course, the Martha moment. But to me, this scene is critical for the story and critical for the transition to happen of Bruce taking over the Batman. When Bruce understands him and Clark aren't so different, that Clark is more human than him, then he takes back over his body. And for me, this is the first time we see Bruce Wayne fully in the film. And from this moment onwards, it's not Batman in the cape, it's Bruce Wayne. Maybe even for the first time in years. The word Martha brings Bruce back to his most traumatic experience. He blames himself for not being able to save his mother. This alien has a mother while Bruce doesn't. Therefore, Bruce now sees that Superman is more human than him. The line from Bruce to Clark, "Martha won't die tonight." This is Bruce's redemption. This is him rewriting a wrong. This is when Bruce takes back over the Batman. Bruce didn't have to say it tonight, but that was more for him than Clark. When Bruce enters the warehouse, I still fully believe this is now Bruce Wayne rather than the Batman. This is Bruce Wayne inside the bat suit. He has finally come back. He has a sense of freedom in his fighting, nearly even a sense of cockiness, that he knows that he has the power to save her. Unlike before, he has trained, he's been through so much struggles, now he is ready to save Martha. Now you can say that he kills Luthor's gang to achieve this goal, and yes, going back to doing anything to meet his goal. But the reason this is different is because he isn't killing for information or for payback, he's killing to save a mother's life. In the final fight, Bruce has changed. Before, he was willing to kill Superman, kill Clark, to save the future. But now he's willing to die himself for the future, wanting Doomsday to follow him, even sacrificing himself if needs be. Bruce blames himself not for Superman's death, but for Clark's. Instead of being political and to show face, he doesn't go to Superman's funeral where all the cameras are at, where all the media is, where all the people are. He goes to Clark's because now he knows Clark was a better man than he will ever be. Bruce is filled with a different kind of vengeance. He wants redemption for what he did. That's why he knows it's vital to create a team. His speech to Diana is him having a new faith in humanity, because he has found his own. He is no longer Batman. He is back being Bruce Wayne. Not fully, because his true identity is of course Batman, but now he can control it. Men are still good. We fight, we kill, we betray one another, but we can rebuild. We can do better. We will. This is a completely different perspective on humanity than in the film's previous tone, in the film's previous scenes. Maybe there's still good guys left in Gotham after all. How do we know Bruce is back and Batman is tamed? Well, when Batman visits Lex Luthor in prison, he doesn't kill him. He doesn't hurt him. He doesn't even mark him. He talks to him, and yes, he threatens him. But if this was the Batman who became his rogue gallery, Lex would be dead. The prison officer refers to Batman as the warden wants to speak to you, Lex. This shows that the real Batman is back. Throughout this film and Batman vs Superman, I found it so interesting. The internal struggle that Bruce Wayne goes through. The fear, the anger. Just conflicting emotions that fill him as a person, who made him become this Batman, but also made him become the Batman that he never wanted to be. This Batman that kills. This Batman that does anything, that is blinded by hate, that's blinded by vengeance. It's a great character study throughout this film. We see the internal struggle that a man goes through, and I love that Batman vs Superman, even after 4 years after coming out, there's so much new things that we get to realize. He struggles with humanization. He can't relate to people. And even when he sees that Clark is more human than he ever was, this is what it takes to snap him back. This is what it takes to bring Bruce Wayne back. Of course, we see him as Bruce Wayne in the film, but he's not really Bruce Wayne. He can't control this anger that's inside him, this Batman that's inside him. He can't, because as we see, it breaks out. It comes to light in certain situations. It took Batman to fully lose himself to find Bruce Wayne again. And from that moment when his parents died in front of him, that was a slow transition of him becoming the Batman. It really was. And even that dream sequence of him getting bit by a bat, this is all symbolism. This is all related of him becoming this compacted, this man full of internal emotions that he doesn't know how to deal with it. The only way he knows how to deal with these things is through war. And that's why he goes to war with Superman. He is even kind of suicidal. He knows he's going up against this alien, this man, this god with powers, but he doesn't care. He's seen so much, he's been through so much, that even going up against a god can't hurt him anymore. He wants the suffering, he wants the pain to end. But when he realizes that why he started to be the Batman, when he realizes that Superman has a mother, this changes everything for Bruce Wayne, changes everything for Batman going forward. That's why I'm so interested in seeing this progression of character development go forward in Zack Snyder's Justice League next year. We'll get to see more of the internal struggles, but it won't be the same Bruce Wayne, the same Batman that we met in Batman vs Superman. This is a Batman with new hope, with a new faith in humanity, who can relate to humanization, who can find his human quality back. He sees that this is bigger than him and his problems. He needs to create the Justice League in memory of Superman to fight a bigger threat, and that's exactly what he does in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But all in all, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know, guys, what you thought of this Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice analysis. Batman's struggles with humanization. Let me know what you think. If you like it, I'll do more of these kind of videos breaking down Batman vs Superman, maybe Man of Steel, maybe other films like that, and we can talk about it together. That's what we love doing. We love talking about movies. If you liked it, please give me a subscribe, like the video, comment, and come and engage with me on my social media platforms. Until next time, guys, stay positive.